You know what? How about for this video, I shift the camera a little bit so you guys can also see my adorable plushie collection and my Nendoroids up there. Really cute. But, without further ado, if you don't agree with the fact that Eurobeat is the best thing to come out of humanity since sliced bread, then I'm very sorry, but what's wrong with your ears? Have you ever listened to a single note of Eurobeat? It's godly. If you don't agree, that's fine. If you do, that's amazing. Congrats, you're a man of culture. And for the rest of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, what the f is Eurobeat to begin with, then please let me explain. Basically, if you're familiar with Initial D and with the background music, then you're familiar with Eurobeat. Because basically all the background music used in Initial D is Eurobeat. If you're not familiar with that anime, don't worry, because I'm pretty sure all of you guys know what Eurodance is. It's basically that, but with a higher tempo. Or at least that's what I would compare it to. Besides its catchiness and its very high-paced energy levels within the music, it's also very well known for its cheesy lyrics, with lyrics like Personally, I just listen to Eurobeat simply because of the melody and the catchiness. I don't give a fuck about the lyrics and the depth, as long as it's catchy. That's what matters. Eurobeat has not always been my favorite type of music, actually, because back when I was in my edgy teen phase, back when I was 13, 14 years old, I mostly listened to rock and metal and just all-around edgy music that had like quote-unquote deep and dark lyrics. That was mostly thanks to all the Sonic tribute videos that I used to watch, and my music taste was questionable at best. I mean, it still is, but if I take a look further back, then it actually makes total sense that I like Eurobeat. Because, I mean, we all like to reminisce about our childhood, and we all have our guilty pleasures that sort of stem from childhood or have something to do with it that's kinda seen as cringy nowadays, but we still love it regardless. And that's kind of the case with me and music, because back then, I used to absolutely love this one song called No Limit by Too Unlimited. I mean, it's not completely Eurobeat, but it's kinda in the same realm as like electronic, disco, synthesizer type of music. So I count it, and if I go even further back to when I was, say, 6 years old or so, for one, I really enjoyed the song Barbie Girl by Aqua, and basically just any other Aqua song. And there was also this one song called Rock the World by Bubbles, which was this girl kids music group. That actually reminds me, because during my teens I also used to listen to quite a bit of cheesy music, like I'm Blue and Scatman and all those other good guilty pleasure songs. Again, personally, I just find it a shame that so little people know about this music genre, because even though it originated in Italy, currently it's mostly popular in Japan, and it's virtually unheard of in the West, outside of a handful of people who happen to know about it through memes or Initial D. But yeah, it's just such a shame, because I think it's a very underrated music genre, even if a lot of people might argue that it indeed is repetitive in terms of its lyrics and melody, and it follows similar patterns, and yeah, that's true, but that kind of adds to its uniqueness, to its flair. Like, it's catchy, it's cheesy, it has a nice melody, all the songs blend into one another, you have a bajillion songs you can listen to and never get tired of. I just absolutely love it. All I ask is that you spread the word of Eurobeat, because it's such an underrated genre, and it makes me so sad, because I wish there were Eurobeat concerts just anywhere, but sadly they're only held in Japan. Does that mean that Eurobeat is the only type of music that I listen to? Hell no. I used to listen to a ton of Vocaloid music prior to really getting into Eurobeat. And besides that, I also still listen to a lot of quote-unquote weeb music, or well, Toho Dojin remixes and arrangements, which do not only include Eurobeat arrangements, but also things like just general electro remixes, rock. Personally, I'm also a very big fan of bossa nova. But I do think that at a certain point in life, you kinda stop evolving your music taste, and personally, I think that I have gotten to that point because I've kinda looped back all the way to my childhood again. And I personally don't really care what people might think of it. Some people might think it's trash, other people think it's amazing. Am I saying that Eurobeat is objectively the best music written ever? Yes. But now, again, like, you're free to like whatever music you like. Some people might be eternally attached to rock or metal, others might just be very drawn to instrumental music, to classical music maybe even. And then there's just people who simply love cheesy music. Don't feel shame. Again, if Eurobeat is not your cup of tea, that's completely fine. I personally just really wanted to put this particular music genre in a spotlight, because I do very much think it deserves it. Hey, nice segue into the outro, because as you might have guessed from my previous video, I now have a new outro song, which again is a Eurobeat song. Personally, I felt it was just kind of like a staple of my channel, that Eurobeat is kind of just ingrained into my channel, and it would be a shame to not promote it in my videos in some form or the other. So yeah, from now on, we're having a Eurobeat outro again. Anyway, I want to give a special shout out to Fox Rabbiton Hill, Mathicha, Matt, Romanov, and Snow Comics for supporting me on Patreon. Thank you guys very much.